Good morning. Welcome to subramani.com. Please click on the bell icon. Please subscribe. I need more subscribers. I have just crossed 1075. And I've been adding about 30 subscribers a day, which is not bad. So thank you very much. This is continuing the talk on investment philosophy. Why do I need to capture the investment philosophy? We discussed. Now let me tell you exactly step by step what you should find in the investment philosophy statement. First of all, it would be a very broad statement. I'm 27 years of age, and 30 years from now or 33 years from now I need 10 crores for my retirement. I have a 4-year-old kid and I need 3 crores for that kid's education 15 years from now or 18 years from now. Any of those things. That would be your investment objective. So I give a link to this into subramani.com, where I've spoken about investment philosophy statement in 2-3 places, including giving a full draft. So you can go and have a look and create your own investment philosophy statement. So I said you start with objective, then you say what are the constraints, what is the rate at which I expect equity to go. I actually don't know. And 30 years from now it is impossible to guess at what rate it will grow. But I know that there has to be largely an equity portfolio because it is a 30-year view. There, I said my constraint is I am expecting 12%, but my constraint is the reality. It could be 7%, it could be 8%, it could be 9%, depending on how much there is inflation. So I will not target absolute returns. I will target real returns. Real returns means returns which you get, the nominal return which you get minus inflation. So in a country where the return in equity is 16%, and inflation is 12%, you're getting 4% return, which is not bad at all. But in a country where inflation is 3%, even if you get 7%, you're getting 4%, which is huge, because on 7%, 4% real return is huge. On 16%, 4% real return is not so huge, right? You understanding? So nominal return, that is the return that you get minus inflation, which is real return. We will be targeting real return. So therefore, what is the real return that I should expect from equity? Maybe I should expect 4%. Maybe I should expect 2.5% from debt. That's the kind of expectation that I should have. 4% is high. I'm not joking. 4% is high. Very difficult to get that, but we'll make some assumption, right? So this is my constraint. What are my fears? My parents have never invested in equity. So here Subra is telling me I should invest in equity to get a 1.5-2% extra alpha over debt. But I'm scared. But I am only 26 years of age, and I am going to learn about equities over the next few years and then become a better equity investor. Today I don't know, but it doesn't mean I'm going to say I don't know for the rest of my life. I'm young, so I got a long time to go. Therefore, so that is one of my fears. My fears is this. My fears is I do not know how my mind will react if the market remains down for 3 years. I don't know how my mind will react if the market falls 30% in a month. So these are your fears which have to be written down, because once you write it down, you will take some steps to change. You will take some steps to improve, right? So your objective is there, your constraints are there. Now you are writing down your fears. Currently my provision is only 55,000, right? So that is also, it's a constraint stroke fear. Fears include my parents pressurizing me into buying a house. My parents are pressurizing me to say put money only in PPF, put money only in bank fixed deposit. Please remember, these are your constraints and these are your fears. Because when the market tanks after 5 years or 6 years, when you started putting money, one day your father will pick up your mutual fund statement and say, see, I told you, PPF would have given you better returns. These will happen in your total investment journey of 30-40 years. And if you're a girl, you have your husband also interfering there. This is a little odd, because if you are a man, very rare that your wife will come and look at your portfolio and say what you have done is wrong. But if you're a woman and you're handling your own money, there's a chance that your husband will come in. So be careful for all this. Your investment philosophy statement can't capture all this, but these are your moods, right? Then you will come to asset allocation strategy. So I have a 30-year view, so I have absolutely no doubt that at least for 20 years, 22 years, I'm going to be completely in equity for this particular goal. If I have a daughter's education coming up in 18 years, I'm going to be in equity for a long period of time, and then I will see how to shift. In this, you can also make a basket of investments. Like for example, I'm a young guy and I want to accumulate money for my retirement. I say, here is my basket of 5 equity funds or 4 equity funds, and I will keep money in this. However, after 15 years or after 17 years, I'll start shifting a little bit of money into a balanced advantage fund, or some money I will shift to a debt fund. And I will say I'm going to remove this money from my debt fund only after the age of 65. So I still have 15 years to build the debt portion. There is nothing wrong in investing in debt, but how to transfer money from equity fund to debt fund, it should be captured in your investment philosophy statement. So in your investment philosophy statement, you say, I'm targeting 3 to 4% real return, but in the year in which I get 6% real return or 7% real return, which is also likely to happen, I will transfer a little bit of that money into my debt fund. What does it do? It helps me shift little money during a good market, in a bull market, to a debt fund and protect it. Debt fund is more for protection, equity is more for growth. So whenever some growth has happened and I think I'm happy with that kind of growth, I shift a small portion into my debt fund to be captured in your investment philosophy statement, right? You can also say, I will not invest in a balanced fund. Balancing and rebalancing is my responsibility. I will not abdicate it to the fund manager. I don't want a balanced advantage. Or you can say, all this is too much, I will put all my money in a balanced advantage fund. Or I will put in a combination of equity fund and a balanced advantage fund. Whenever my equity fund does very well and I get an extra return, I will take some money and put it into a balanced advantage fund or into a short-term income fund, because I will need a short-term income fund over a longish period. So I will do this combination to be captured in your investment philosophy statement. Then the monitoring methodology. How will I monitor? What will be the reason for me to shift out? What will be the reason for me to stop? What will be the reason for me to panic or not panic? That's very difficult to capture, but once you write it down saying, if the market tanks for such a long period of time, I might panic. You at least know when you will panic and whether you should panic. On that day, what you do could be very different from what you have written down in your philosophy statement. But making a plan always helps, because when things go wrong, you can go back to the plan and say what you should have done. That is what investment philosophy statement measures. So in the comments column, see the link, have a look, write your own investment philosophy statement. The other way to look at it is investment strategic statement or whatever. That's what name you give doesn't matter. Even if you go to Google and you search, you will find a lot of investment philosophy statements, largely made by big financial institutions, but nothing wrong for you. I've known many people who have made it and have benefited, because it allows them to stay calm during periods when market falls 30% or goes up 25%. They know exactly what to do because they've written it down. On that day, they may do something different, but at least they have an indicator saying when the market falls so much, I have this statement to look to. That's what it does. Thank you.